welcome to the first day of the 12 days of Bakemas. I am so excited, y'all. I've got some really great recipes coming up, a lot of things I think you'll love, a lot of things I'm trying for the first time. I'm super excited, so let's get started. Santa hat came off because I was afraid that it would fall into our recipe. Sorry, y'all. But we're gonna start out our 12 days of Bakemas with a classic recipe. So this is a recipe box that I got from a old teacher of mine when I graduated high school, and it's full of classic Southern recipes and lots of fun stuff from her family. But this recipe we're going to be doing today, if you can read that, it's a soft molasses gingerbread. So this is not going to be like you would think of for a gingerbread that you use for making gingerbread cookies or making like a gingerbread house. This is going to be closer, from my understanding, to a like a loaf cake. Think like a banana bread or a pumpkin bread, that kind of thing. But this is a really easy recipe, and I figured what better way to start out our 12 days of Bakemas than with gingerbread. So we're gonna get started. New location. We are over here at my stove top because we're gonna start out this recipe by first taking butter and taking molasses, and we're gonna make I guess like a little syrupy recipe. Basically what we're doing is putting them both in the saucepan and heating it up until it just reaches a boil, and then we'll combine that with some of our other dry ingredients. But yeah, pretty easy, nothing you really need to be looking for except just making sure that your molasses and butter don't overboil. You're really just trying to get it to a boiling point and then remove it from the heat. So we're gonna do that now. Now we're going to add our molasses. I'm using pretty much the whole container of this. Oh no! I knew wearing a light colored sweater was a bad idea. I'm learning more and more every video why people get aprons in the first place. I love it when I get to use molasses in a recipe. I feel like molasses is just one of those, like, it's one of those ingredients that was really popular with some older recipes, specifically like more vintage Southern ones. And I feel like it's so underrated nowadays because it adds a lot of like caramelly, like deep sweetness to recipes, and I think there's a lot of recipes that like should use molasses that don't. I've got my butter and molasses mixture, and in this bowl I've got a little bit of baking soda. What we're going to do is pour our mixture into the bowl and give it a quick little whisk. Does it say how long? It doesn't, it just says whisk vigorously. So we're going to whisk vigorously. So I just ended up, oh geez, did I spill? Haha, no I didn't. I just mixed them together until I thought the baking soda was well incorporated. It's got a little bit of air bubbles in it. I don't know if you can see. I'll show an alternate shot in a minute. It's got a few air bubbles in it. It looks a little bit fluffier, so I'm assuming that's what the point of whisking it with the baking soda was. Believe it or not, we are actually almost done. So the last step is to take the rest of our ingredients and combine it in our bowl with this butter molasses mixture. I'm going to continue to use my hand mixer for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it together until all the ingredients are nice and incorporated and the batter looks good. And then we're pretty much done. So far, this seems like a really easy traditional Christmas recipe, and I'm very excited. I think it's gonna turn out well. Here's what our batter is looking like. Y'all, it already smells like gingerbread. I am so excited. I think this is gonna turn out really well. So for baking, I have these, if I can pick them up, I have these cute little mini loaf pans. I believe the recipe called for a 8x8 pan, but I wanted to see if I could use these instead, because that way it's a whole lot easier for me to give them to friends and family and not eat this all myself. So I'm gonna divide the batter up into these pans, we're gonna put them in the oven, and then we're done. That's it. This is a super easy recipe, and I think it's gonna turn out really, really well. Ta-da! Here's what our little gingerbread loaves came out like. They rose a little bit and then I let them cool so they fell a little bit more. So they don't really rise a bunch, as you can see from the original batter that we put in there, but they look and smell so good. Yeah, I'm excited. I think they're gonna be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut myself a slice, because you know me, I'm impatient. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this looks super soft, super tasty, really nice and moist. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be good. So it's got a strong molasses flavor to it, and then a little bit of subtle ginger flavor in the background. I like them a bunch. Man, great way to start Bakemas if you ask me. This is definitely a success, and I'm super excited to be starting Bakemas with this recipe. So that about does it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to try this recipe for yourself, the link will be in the description. You can check out measurements, you can check out steps, all of that on my blog. But I will see y'all tomorrow in the second day of Bakemas.